Paige, 25 years old. I have a job and do the housework. Jeff and I are the same age and a happily married couple. We have a lot in common: hobbies, food, various preferences, and views for the future. They are perfectly matched, and we care about each other. We are so meant to be. There is a problem, though. The one and only biggest problem is my parents-in-law. Hi, Paige. Can we have dinner together? On my day off, my mother-in-law texted me, who lives nearby. Sure, I'm not doing anything special today. Great! How about your parents' barbecue place? We can relax there. My parents own a barbecue restaurant. It's not cheap, but it has a good reputation. Sure. Good. Can you make a reservation for 4? Thanks. The problem isn't having dinner with them. They don't say mean and rude things or push for stuff they don't need. Some people tell me that I'm lucky to have a nice mother-in-law. Well, she may look so outside, but... Yes, Mother, it's $160. Where are you? She was next to me a minute ago, but now disappeared. Oh no, this is her usual. They eat and drink as if it's all you can eat, and when it's time to pay, they disappear at ninja speed. They always do this, and my mom knows it too. Yes, it's my parents' restaurant, but eating and drinking freely and disappearing without paying just won't do, so I'd pay for it. Since we got married, they have often done this to me. When I paid and left the restaurant, my in-laws and Jeff were arguing on the street.
Mom, Dad, stop doing this! You always ignore the check and just leave the place. We're paying for it every time!
Come on, don't make a big deal out of it. It's Paige's parents' house. Paige must have eaten a lot for free before she got married. What's a couple of more people?
It doesn't work that way!
I stopped Jeff. Let's not do this in the middle of the street. It's paid already. Let's go. It's not okay what they do, but I didn't want it in front of the restaurant. Thank you, Paige. Bye. Then they left. This is getting old. My in-laws are frequent customers at my parents' restaurant, only without paying the bill. Yet they order as much as they like. When we got home, Jeff apologizes to me, which is also getting old. I know it's not Jeff's fault, so I've been patient and quiet, but maybe I was wrong. When I didn't complain to them, this habit of in-laws escalated. 3 months later, one day I stopped by my parents' house for something. Hi, Paige. How are you? My in-laws were devouring the barbecue, along with my sister-in-law and her son, Rob. Why? Why? Because this is the best barbecue house in town, of course. So delicious. Mom's right. My hubby is out of town today, and she took us with them. So yummy. I'll definitely come back. Coming back is great, only I have a bad feeling about it. You can eat as much as you want, Rob. We can't afford ribs like this often. My nephew Rob was munching ribs non-stop without tasting them. Oh, is that so? Enjoy it. I smiled at them half-heartedly and went upstairs for something. When I came down to the floor... Oh, I'm so satisfied. Thank you, Paige. Thank you. I'll be back. They walked right past the cash register and left. I quickly ran to my mom. Did they pay for the food? Well, actually... She said the in-laws ordered many expensive dishes and left without a penny. Mom reluctantly told me that they came over frequently, even without Jeff and me, and would eat without paying. That's unbelievable. I never said to them that food is on the house. Never. Even with me and Jeff, we were the ones who paid for it, always. I know, but if I insisted on the payment, I was afraid they might become mean to you. Oh, I don't know what to do. Who wants regular customers who never pay? But Mom was concerned about me and didn't tell me about this. I couldn't blame her. Since my mom never confronted them about the bill, they must think that it's only natural that I, who's the lowest in place in their family, along with my family, pay for everything. I couldn't believe they came frequently to the high-end restaurant owned by their daughter-in-law's parents and assumed it was free. Suddenly I had a bad feeling. Does it end here? If not... I contacted my siblings, Paul, Phoebe, and Colin. Then my worst fear was realized. The in-laws often showed up at the sushi restaurant where Paul was apprenticing and ordered anything they wanted. My parents' restaurant is one thing, but this sushi restaurant is totally unrelated. Paul just worked there, so somebody had to pay for the food. And Paul, having no other choice, would pay from his pocket. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law also visited the fortune-telling house Phoebe owned and demanded free sessions. And finally, my father-in-law stepped into the organization called Let's Dress Up in Period Costumes and Party on the Moon, run by Colin. and demanded to become a member. Luckily, he gave up after learning he needed months of training to go to the moon. But Colin said my father-in-law insisted on becoming a VIP member whose fee was waived. That is out of line. They pushed and bothered my precious family every chance they got. I told Jeff all about this and made a decision to cut ties with my in-laws. 1 week later, "Hello, Paige. I feel like sushi today. Can't we go to the sushi restaurant your brother works at?" Mother-in-law texted me. I was waiting for this. I replied nicely, "Sounds good. I have somewhere to be before that, so I'll join you later. Let's meet at the restaurant." After this, I talked with Jeff and called the sushi restaurant. Now it's all set. 3 hours later, one task was done, and I was with Jeff waiting for a call. Paul told me the in-laws showed up at the restaurant around 5 p.m., and it was almost 7 p.m. now. I'm sure they ate and drank all they wanted for the past 2 hours. It's time to drop the bomb. I texted, "Hello, Mother. Are you still at the restaurant?" "Yeah, you two hurry up. We are full and drunk already." "Oh, really? But unfortunately, we can't come tonight." "Oh, no, that's too bad. We'll miss you." Miss me? Such a cheap lie. Whether I was present or not, all she misses is my wallet. But from here on, the table is turned. It really became too bad for her. I went to the city hall today. City hall? Yes, Jeff and I got divorced today. What? So as of today, we became unrelated. Therefore, Paul and I have no reason to pay for your check today. You are responsible for it. What? Then she stopped texting and called me. What are you talking about, Paige? A divorce? Well, if I continue this marriage, I'm going to end up bankrupt, you know. I can't let that happen to my family either because of me, so I decided to divorce. It was hard for Jeff and me, though, because we were so in love with each other. But my in-laws relied on me and my family financially endlessly. I feel sorry for Jeff for being divorced for the unthinkable parents he had. I feel sorry for myself, too. We're like Romeo and Juliet. Then I heard the voice of the chef in the background.
Here is the check for you, $3,000.
$3,000? Mother-in-law's hand froze as she screamed at her phone. Whoa, please. Why do I owe you $3,000? We never ate that much.
Not from tonight, but how many times did you eat sushi here? Moreover, you only ate expensive dishes such as sea urchin, salmon roe, and fatty tuna. Paul said he was going to pay for that, but he's our employee. We can't have our staff cover the bills of the customers. So I was going to send you a bill to be paid later. This was an exception, though. Nobody can pay later in this restaurant. So, for what we've eaten here? Included in here, of course, the total of what you've been eating here is $3,010. I'll give you a $10 discount. You can also pay online, but you'll pay for the fee. That's right. I talked to the owner, Chef, and Paul, and asked them to bill her for the total of what they ate there from the beginning. The chef would also reimburse Paul for what he paid on behalf of the in-laws, once it was paid by them. Thank you, Chef, I said to the chef loud enough for him to hear from her phone. No problem, Paige. Come and eat here one of these days. Sure I will. Oh, and please pay with cash. Of course, it's a shame when somebody asks for a discount or treat just because they're family or acquaintances. The chef and I were talking through her phone. I'm sure it's loud if she was still holding her phone. I talked to her again. I'm sure you get it by now, but my family and I have no more reason to pay for the meals you ate. Please pay for what you ate yourself. Not only for the sushi, but also for my parents' barbecue place and my sister Phoebe's fortune-telling sessions. They will send you a bill too. What will the total be? I have no clue. You were lucky that your husband didn't go to the moon through Colin's project, come to think of it. If you're thinking about ignoring or running away, it won't work. Colin already arranged the debt collector. Nobody can run away from them. They are legal. Any attempt will make you more miserable. Well, have a nice day. I hung up the phone, leaving the chef the rest. A few days later, I got a call again. Paige, please help. Why didn't I block her? Because there was more to my plan. Hello, Mother. Oops, you're not my mother-in-law anymore.
It's Jeff. He stormed in. He's angry and said it was our fault that you two divorced. He said, "Do you understand the pain of being forced to be apart from a loved one?" And he said he would cut ties with us. I'm not surprised. Who wouldn't? But I said, "Oh my, that's terrible. Cutting ties with family? But what can you do? I'd do the same. A man and woman meet, love each other, and believe it's destiny, but that's broken because of the family's unforgivable actions. We're like Tristan and Isolde." Who? Well, they were another tragic couple like Romeo and Juliet. I mean, there are many stories like that, probably. Anyway, Paige, please reconsider the divorce. What would we do in our retirement years if Jeff abandoned us? I don't know. How about asking for help from your daughter? She ate enough free food. She'll understand. No, she won't. We spoiled her too much, and relying on somebody is all she knows. It never entered her mind that she might take care of her parents one day. Sorry, but that's not my problem. You raised her the wrong way, maybe. Please don't say that, Paige. Forgive us, please. She kept crying on the other end of the phone, but I don't have time for this. I have better things to do, so... Please wait, listen to me! I gotta go. Bye. I hung up the phone and blocked her phone and text immediately. She can't bother me anymore. Well, that's done. The next is, "Hi, Jeff."
Hey, Paige!
I ran up to Jeff and we hugged each other in the street.
I missed you, Paige.
I missed you too, even though it was just a few days.
These past few days were hard, thinking you were not my wife anymore. I love you, Paige.
I love you too, Jeff. We planned this divorce together. It was the only way to get back to his parents and get our money back from them, or they wouldn't stop. So he declared the disownership of his family was part of our plan. I'm not sure legally, but if Jeff remarried, they might do the same thing all over again. Not only my family, but I also hated to see Jeff suffer from his parents' abnormal behaviors. So I had to do something about it, no matter what. Once we get divorced and I settle financially while Jeff cuts ties with his parents, we can start over. That's what we thought.
Well, let's get restarted. I have the marriage application ready. I have 2 witnesses. All we need is your signature.
Thanks, Jeff. We can marry the same partner within 6 months of divorce.
It was good to know. Maybe there are couples like us who divorce and remarry soon after?
Maybe, but are you sure you're all right with cutting ties with your family for the sake of me? You won't regret it? And Jeff just hugged me and said,
Regret it? You're the only family I need. The people who cause pain to my family have to be out of the picture, even if they are related. All I want is to live my life happily with you in it.
Oh, Jeff. Then we hugged one more time in front of the city hall. We should probably go there soon before the office closes. But I just don't want to be away from him, even for a few minutes. I wish I could stay like this forever. But I have to let go of this feeling and do what we have to do. Oh, it's so hard to stay away from him.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!